What's up, YouTube? It's Brian Pfeiffer, aka the Marketing Meathead, and today we're going to talk about I'm up 30% in sales and why I'm up 30% in sales, more importantly. All right, welcome back. So I wanted to kind of go over a video today and more so not boasting about being up 30% in sales in the one company, but more so talking about the reasons of why I feel like we're up over 30%. Because I think you could take the stuff that we've done over the off season and implemented for this year and apply it to your business and increase your sales by 30% or more. Just based on the stuff that we found is working for us. So this will work in any business, and I think this will be a valuable lesson for you guys today. So pay attention, get rid of the distractions, and it's not going to be a long one, but let's go. All right, so excuse me. I have a number of websites. This is one of them, obviously, Surreal Nightlife and Bottle Service. It's been my company for almost 20 years. I think I started 2002, and that's just one of my websites. But let's take a look at the overall sales here for the hosting and VIP company. Now this is not our total sales. This is kind of just the money that we consider like profit on each job. So when it comes to do my taxes, we're going to be a 7-figure company because we take a lot of like prepayments in for customers, and then we go and use the the company credit cards to buy the bottle service. So we have a lot more money flowing through the accounts than what's shown here. But this is the actual profit that we bring in each month. Now, out of the profit, I have to pay, the sales guy, the SEO guy, the advertising costs, the website hosting, the insurance, all the other stuff that it goes out of, the business, but that comes out of the profit. So these numbers here are actually money that we generate every month in terms of profit, and then we pay expenses out of that. So like I said, this is a 7-figure company. People have these Shopify stores out there, and they're like, "Oh, I did 7 figures." Well, your cost of goods sold was 80%, and then you had cost of goods sold and advertising was 90%. And so you actually basically created yourself a $1 million company, but you only made $100,000 because you created yourself $100K a year job, because your revenue, your cost of goods sold, and your advertising costs and everything else that goes into it was 90%. So that's typically how people talk about their $1 million Amazon and Shopify businesses, but in reality they're making like $50,000 a year. Okay, that's just the way things kind of work. So this is real money coming in every month, and after I pay all the expenses out of there's a good amount left over for me, obviously, and then I take some of that money and roll it back into the company and develop and make it better, like I did last season. In the off season, we added a bunch of stuff, so we'll talk about that. So let's take a look at the numbers here. 2017. Now I'm just taking the numbers from March because I didn't really start keeping good track of the numbers until March of 2017. The business is very seasonal. The pools open up in March in Vegas, and then they go until the first or second week of October. So basically March through September are the prime months. October is decent because you got Halloween in there toward the end, and you get a couple weeks of pools in the beginning of the month. So basically March through October it's good, and then you got 4 months of crap. Okay, you got November, December, January, February. Now you do get some conventions and stuff coming in January, February, so it does pick up a little bit, but it certainly is not the same as having the ability to double dip on the weekends, which is the nightclubs and the pools. The pools aren't even open in November, December, January, February, so that's not even an option. So we just have to work with the nightclubs and the strip clubs, and unfortunately, that's like half the revenue that comes in is from the pools. So that's it. So let's take a look at the numbers from March to August. I don't have September in here, or obviously October, because it's not happened yet. And so let's just take a look at where we're at. So last year at this time, from March till August, I was at 178K, and right now in 2018, I'm at 227K. So by my estimates, I'm about almost 28%, call it 30%. Up on my numbers. The numbers can be a little bit off. Sometimes we aren't able to keep track of like every single check that we get and invoice. I mean, they're probably a little bit lower than what we actually took in, but they're pretty close. They're ballpark, so we can definitely get an idea of where the business is going. And we're up about 30%, so it's good news. Definitely happy with where we're at. The goal obviously would be to try to do some things this off season to try to bring it up even like another 30%. And then if you can do that, 1, 2, or 3 more years, potentially you're sitting on a $500,000 business that is generating about $500,000 in basically profit. So that's kind of where you want to be, and you're living a pretty good life if you're making those kind of numbers. So not that I'm living a bad life on these numbers, but there's always room for improvement. So let's talk about the main thing that has kind of contributed to the growth of this particular business. Now, mind you, I have an Amazon business, an affiliate business. I own part of a nightclub. I have a couple big events. I own a Halloween and New Year's event, and I have a lot of businesses going on, but this one's definitely one of the more cash cow businesses I have, and it's very consistent. Like these numbers that I did in 2017 and now in 2018, I can pretty much, unless the economy completely tanks and the tourism goes down the toilet, which I'm not saying couldn't happen tomorrow, it could, but at the end of the day, I can pretty much put 2019 estimates on here, and I know that I'm going to probably be about 20 to 30% above where I am in 2018, just based on the stuff I know I'm going to do in the off season and the growth I plan on having of the company. So I don't know if I can pull off 30% next year, but a definitely realistic 20% gain I think is possible for next season. So that's a real business. You're able to predict what your revenue is going to be a year from now pretty accurately, and you can make purchases and you can make decisions and you can hire people based on knowing your numbers, okay? Because that's important when you own a business. I know a lot of these guys are running these Facebook ad campaigns for Shopify, or Amazon's a little more consistent once you get something rolling on there, but Shopify is definitely, you're only as good as your last campaign. So you could be running ads today, and then a week from now, those ads start fatiguing, and all of a sudden that product becomes not hot anymore, or trends out, or you can't seem to get the algorithm on Facebook working with your audience, and it's just not profitable, and that business just evaporates overnight. So that to me is not a consistent business. Amazon's a little bit different. Once you get a product up into Amazon and you start getting it ranking, it's a little bit more passive, and it can be more of a predictable type of business. And you can also try to build like a brand on Amazon and whatnot, and potentially a brand on Shopify as well. But again, it's a little less predictable in my opinion as something like this. So I like having this as like a backbone to all the other stuff that I'm doing, because I know next year my rent's going to get paid, my Escalade's paid for, everything's going to be like, I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Like I can make decisions, I can do research, I can travel. I know it's going to come in. The money's going to be there. Okay, that's 100%. So let's talk about the reasons why I feel like we're up 30%. Because being up 30%, that's good. I mean, that's a pretty big improvement in the year, and pat myself on the back for that. But it is what it is. The economy's not up 30%, and I'm up 30%. So that tells me I'm doing something right. Okay. So let's talk about what I've done and some of the reasons why I feel like we're up 30%. I did a whole series on this. I'll put a link above here to the Infusionsoft series I built out. I pretty much showed you guys how to build out an entire autoresponder system. You can use Infusionsoft, you can use Aweber, you can use GetResponse, you can use ActiveCampaign, SendLane. There's a million different autoresponders out there. Okay, I like Infusionsoft because I went to the university. It's a pretty robust system. They've been pretty good to me as far as like customer service goes. We've built out a couple product launches with Infusionsoft, and we did everything from the complete build out of all the pages and the back end, and then the processing with the credit cards and everything. So I know how to use Infusionsoft, so I feel comfortable using it. It's a little bit more expensive than some of the other ones. I think I pay like $269 a month, but it's rock star. Okay, it's rock star. Small business, you can build a business and a backbone for a business on Infusionsoft, and that's what I like about it. Okay, so go to the link above here, and then check out how to build out campaigns, and you can take the same campaigns and you can put them into other autoresponders if you want. So that helps, because now we have a lot of the heavy lifting done from the calls, the voice drops, the text messaging. I think this thing took me like 2 months to build out, me and my full-time assistant and my sales guy. but the thing works like gold. It follows up with people, it calls them. We have it all set up on timers based on when the people are coming here, and it just pounds them with emails, texts, voices. I mean, these people hit me up on Mondays is when a lot of the voice drops go out, and they're all like, "Man, I'm sorry I missed your call, man. I really do appreciate you calling me." And I'm sleeping. I was sleeping, and the phone dropped a voicemail in the voicemail box, and a text message to them, and an email all at the same time. So they're getting hit up like crazy. I mean, you have to touch a customer like 6 to 8 times these days to even have a chance. I mean, you got to remember, these people are going on multiple websites, probably talking to multiple different companies out there. And if I'm pounding these people, every other day, every couple days with a text message, a voicemail, email, and I'm constantly showing up in their inbox, then they're going to think about me when I do actually get a hold of them, or when they finally decide about their trip. I'm like, man, that guy's really been adamant about following up with me. Let's book with him, or at least give him the first shot at the opportunity. And it's been working like gold. Okay, so you need a great follow-up and autoresponder system like Infusionsoft or something similar. That's going to help you guys increase your sales. I added a VP of sales this year. So last year I tried to do everything myself. I was doing all the sales calls. I was taking care of all the internet leads, and it was overwhelming. I basically put myself into a miserable situation where I literally was working no less than 15 hours a day. I couldn't really travel, and when I did travel, I was working the whole time I was traveling. It just wasn't fun. Life was not fun. I mean, I made a lot of money, and it was nice having that income coming in, but at the same time, you got to sometimes take a little bit less money and enjoy your life, because you only have one life to live. You might as well have some fun while you're doing it. Okay, so what's the point of making all this money if you can't spend it? All right, it's kind of stupid. So now the sales are up 30%. The VP of sales is probably kind of making the difference between what I made last year and what I'm making this year. But I got a life, man. I actually have like some time to make these nice videos for you guys. I'm learning some more skills. I'm increasing my value to the marketplace as far as what I'm going to be able to bring to the marketplace. I plan on doing a ton of new stuff in the fall and in the winter this year. And as my skills and my value increases in the marketplace, so will my bank accounts. Okay, that's just how things work. Okay, the more value I can bring to you guys, the more you guys are willing to work with me and potentially buy stuff that I have to sell that's going to help you in your journey. Okay, that's how it works. All right, so I added a VP of sales. That's another big reason that I'm doing better this year, because I'm able to take the leads that I get, which most of my leads come from customers that I've done business with in the past, and customers that are referred to me from customers I've done with business in the past. They also come from a lot of review sites like Yelp, Google, Facebook. I get a lot of like Instagram leads now, and those are all people that see my social media. Facebook is included, and they know who I am. They've interacted with me on some level. They've seen my face, and I close my leads at like 50%. So I spend more time working with quality leads than my VP of sales does. He handles all the stuff that comes in off the internet, and the close ratio on those leads is way lower. It's like probably 10%, maybe 15% if we're lucky. Okay, so he's doing a lot more work to close a lot less business. Now he gets higher margin jobs than I do, because I'm doing mostly bottle service. He's doing more packages and stuff. So it's kind of a little bit of a trade-off, but he's working really hard and he's doing a really good job. So, he's got, a responsibility, but that in turn allows me to spend more time on the quality leads and doing other stuff that I enjoy doing and keeping my head straight and improving the business. And that's, what I've been trying to do for the last year, and it's really working. So that's number 2, added a VP of sales. I've been spending about $1,000 to $1,300 a month on Google AdWords. I use like the buyer intent AdWords, like bachelor parties Las Vegas and bachelorette parties Las Vegas. Probably going to bump this up a little bit next season to maybe a little bit more and go after some more bottle service terms, VIP hosting terms. But right now I got the bachelorette and bachelor party keywords running constantly month round. And so far we've been getting pretty good leads. I have to sit down probably at the end of the busy season here and actually figure out how much I really spent and how much I really made off those leads. The problem with the AdWords leads is we get a decent amount of leads, usually 1 or 2 a day per bachelor and bachelorette party, and they're like for so far out. So like we're getting leads in right now for 2019 and for New Year's and January, and it's like, we're spending the money for the AdWords now, but do we really know what our conversion ratio is? I need to have a whole year of spending money on AdWords and then look at what we've made off the AdWords leads to see if it keeps making sense. Okay, I think it does. It definitely spreads a little brand awareness. We're right at the top for bachelor parties, and then we're ranking in the 3-pack #1 with the most reviews and stuff. So they see us like twice. Okay, and then we rank organically as well for a lot of keywords. Same thing with Bachelorette Vegas. We're in the AdWords, we're in the 3-pack, and then we're ranking organically. So people are like scrolling down, trying to figure out which company to work with, and they see us like 3 times. I think it helps overall. I really do. So, 1K to 1,300 a month is not a huge amount of money out of the total revenue that I'm spending. So, the AdWords I think is helping a little bit too. So that's number 3. We've also upped our game, and we're offering more like packages and adding more value. So we've added new packages to a lot of our websites. We're giving people just kind of more stuff to choose from. So we're planning people's trips a little bit more for them. So in that case, we're adding just a little more value. My VP of sales, he's doing a really good job of creating new packages, and we're selling some. Like this year, we did some work with the Golden Knights. We did a package with them. We had a helicopter, open door helicopter thing. We have a Top Golf thing. None of that stuff I had time for last year. I didn't have time to do any of it. So my VP of sales is pretty creative, and he's been coming up with these cool packages. And you know what? They're selling. People are buying them. And so that's good news. So that's number 4. We've also been adding more content to the websites. I have a content budget every month, somewhere between like $200 to $500. We have a professional writer. We write stuff that people are going to have search intent for. People want to go to Vegas. They want information about Vegas. So we write stuff about Vegas that gets them into our website, gets them into our system. We have a pop-up on all our websites. They put their email in. We go into an ascension campaign and try to get these people to, eventually, either submit a form for a quote or, eventually just contact us. So we have all that set up. Everything's working on the back door. You can go on to any one of my websites, go on to surrealnightlife.com, and you can actually see the pop-ups. You can get into the ascension sequence. And feel free to use that ascension sequence to, model it and put it into your business. Okay, it's all there. It's readily available on any one of my websites. Okay, it's all set up. We're doing a lot more on social media now. I got phones running right now. We're running programs on Instagram. We're doing stuff on Pinterest. We're using some tools called Board Commander. We're using Captivate on Instagram. We're using Follow Adder on Instagram. We're using Hopper HQ on Instagram. I've done videos on all this stuff. You can feel free to go look into my videos. You can see Instagram videos for Hopper HQ, Board Commander on Pinterest, Hopper HQ's for Instagram, Follow Adder for Instagram, Captivate for Instagram. So I've been showing you guys exactly what we're doing. All the accounts are growing nicely, and guess what? We're getting leads. We're starting to get some leads. It's not crazy yet, but as things progress and we get better and better at putting content onto all these Instagrams for all the different businesses, more leads are going to come. And every year we do this, we get a little bit better at it, and it just keeps growing the business. Okay, that's how things work, guys. You get better at things as they go along. My VA is learning how to do the videos more. We're doing a lot more video now on the Instagram accounts. They're growing. They're not like going completely viral or anything. We're not blowing up, but they're growing steadily day by day by day. And every time we grow a little bit, we get more leads. And, it's just helping everything overall. So more social media, YouTube, obviously I got this channel rolling, and we're doing more YouTubes for all the other businesses as well. We're trying to add some more videos. I should have some more time in the fall. I got really good camera equipment to do some of my own shooting and my own editing and making some more creative videos. All this stuff just takes a lot of time. I enjoy doing it, but it's time consuming. So, right now, while the money's coming in and the sales are high, I'm doing sales all day. I don't have time to make videos and stuff. But in the off season, I'll have more time. I'll go out and shoot some stuff. I'll run into some of these suites. I'll take some good footage, and we'll make some good stuff and add more value on the video side of things. So, and then on the final thing here out of my list that's really helped us improve and get us to the next level is more reviews. I came up with a system. I'll probably do a whole nother video on the reviews and the system that I came up with. And what I'm doing is we have so many places for people to review: Google AdWords, Yelp, Facebook. We use Trustpilot on one of our sites now, which is a third-party service for reviews. And all these things just like continue to grow. We constantly hit up our customers after the weekend when we had a good experience with them, ask them for a review, and little by little, our reviews keep creeping up. I do have one of my Yelps has like 91 5-star reviews. My Google AdWords for one of my sites has 128 5-star reviews. It just looks really legit. It looks really legit. I'll do a whole nother video on reviews because there's a lot to show you guys there, and that's just a huge thing online these days is the online reputation you have. So So that's it. So hopefully you guys got some value out of today. This is pretty much like legitimately a real business that makes real money consistently, comes in every single month on autopilot. And these are the things I'm doing to improve the business. If you guys got any suggestions for me, I'm always willing to hear those suggestions. If you guys did learn something today, I would appreciate you going into the comments and leaving me a comment. Go ahead and leave a thumbs up on the video and bang the notifications bell if you haven't done that already. If you're new to the channel, leave me a comment below because I'd like to welcome you to the channel. I am the Marketing Meathead. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.